The ICC is urging potential witnesses in former President Rodrigo Duterte's drug war to come forward. The ICC called on them to share information about alleged crimes against humanity that occurred between June of 2016 and March of 2019. The court has launched a website where interested witnesses may provide information anonymously. This comes just a few weeks after Duterte dared court representatives to go to the Philippines and investigate him.
Over the weekend, I saw that post ng ICC. But let's talk more about that appeal from the ICC.
The court's assistant to Counsel Atty Kristina Conti is joining us via Zoom. Attorney, thank you very much for joining us on our program.
Yes, good morning. Pleased to be here.
Yes, Attorney, let's get right to it. Now, what prompted ba the ICC to issue this appeal? Dahil ba sa hamon ito ni PRRD?
Hindi ko masabi kung ano exactly, pero una, ang isang witness appeal naman ay standard procedure sa isang investigation. Kahanap ka ng mga witnesses. But the fact that it comes after that challenge,
yes,
the fact that it comes within the context of ongoing the Quadcom investigation and even the Senate investigation, where some witnesses have come forward,
yes,
yung hindi traditionally na nakikita na natin noon, no?
Yeah.
I would say that to some extent the ICC was inspired in the sense that, or maybe as a last call,
yeah,
let's look for these witnesses and offer them an opportunity, a platform, yes, for them to reach us.
Yeah, Attorney, I'd like to ask, kasi as a layman, would like to understand this better, no? Yung initial witnesses daw sa ICC were mostly from the family side, aside from kay I think is it Las Cañas o Matobato, no? But this time around, given yung Quadcom hearing, ang daming labasan from the government side at the time. So is this the call for that appeal for these people who testified sa Quadcom to come forward and also to corroborating witnesses also?
Well, yes, I would say that this is an appeal coming within the context of the Quadcom. Ito na yung opportunity for these quote-unquote insider witnesses. That's what they're called. People who were part of the operation, people who were part of the entire scheme. Technically, you would say that they are co-conspirators with the killings. And as it appears, even with the drug trade and even with the POGO operations. For the court to unravel all this, they would need a thorough look at everything. And so this call for witnesses, actually additional witnesses, would mean that they're just doing their job. For those who say that maybe kulang yung ebidensya, di ba, na we don't know exactly what the court holds. Right. The investigation teams under the Office of the Prosecutor operate kind of independently. So one team might be in touch with some witnesses already, the other team in touch with other witnesses. And the witnesses that you mentioned, Matobato, Las Cañas, and even victims, are those that have already been publicly named. Nabanggit na ito ng OTP, simula pa lang nung preliminary examination. Kaya palagay ko, during the investigation in the past several years, may nadagdag naman na dyan. Kaya better be safe than kumbaga, err on the side of caution that the ICC does have additional witnesses.
Tama. Pero, Attorney, can you walk us through the process of this, yung mga pinost ng ICC? Kasi nakalagay doon, it will be anonymous, pero they were asking, of course, for contact information, diba, email address, mobile number. Can you walk us through?
In the same way that how the victims reached the court previously during representations, potential witnesses can approach the court through lawyers, organizations, or a representative. That's the number and the name that they can put in the website.
Right.
In fact, I would pretty much know that it's secure because at the end of the website, at the end of the form, sort of, it asks for a keyword. So yung parang code na ito, kapag hindi ibinigay sa'yo ng tatawag sa'yo, hindi yan yung ICC. So, ganong spy element to
Spy
this.
level,
Pag hindi sinabi yung code word na ni-nominate mo, na nilagay mo doon, hindi totoo to. Pero in any case, all of this will culminate in a possible face-to-face interview, which is with the maximum in The Hague, or possibly any other location. And because of recent developments, I would even say that this online call for for witnesses, so yung witness appeal nila, taken to a website, might be one of the first times that the ICC has done this. In previous years, in different situations, pumupunta sila sa lugar, nagsiset up ng office, dinadaan sa government.
Yeah.
Ito, parang na-sense nila na yung Pilipino, malakas mag-internet, malakas
Yes, oo.
mag-surf. So, it could be a good platform to reach out,
Yeah.
particularly because of the circumstances also that now most people are back to problematizing the war on drugs and realizing that it was wrong and we could do something about it.
Yung interesting sinabi mo kanina, no, and with this last one what you said, yung conspirators kasi ang mga bagong witnesses eh. I mean, majority of them were part of the actual program. Now, ano yung guarantee ng court na they will not be persecuted because alam nila they were part of it?
Yes.
Baka hindi sila lumantad because they feel baka sila rin ang makulong, maidawit.
Absolutely, the court cannot guarantee immunity because these people, most of them, will still remain in the Philippines. And as envisioned, everybody who was involved should be taken to court. The ICC will take in all those who are most responsible, so kung sino yung nag-utos. Pero yung nautusan, sa totoo lang, dapat umarit din sa korte sa kanya-kanyang bansa. Kaya may sabayan may domestic and may international prosecution.
Yeah.
Dito sa Pilipinas, ang tingin ko habang hindi pa nananawagan si Marcos na parusahan ang lahat yan and so forth, although at the same time, wala naman siyang pinapangakong immunity sa mga lalapit, I think it would be, right now, is a perfect time to come forward with information. And it depends on what your participation was. Sabi na nga rin ni Duterte, meron silang defense. Ang importante lang kasi that we hear in court these defenses. Ang nangyayari kasi ngayon, which is wrong, sasabihin na lang na ay dahil ng laban, ay hindi na makakatungtong ng korte, hindi ka na makakasuhan. Wrong. Dapat po makatungtong yan ng korte para at least malaman nung biktima kung anong nangyari. Kaya, but there is no assurance. It is this perfect time na wala pang overall government policy about this, how to deal with sabi nga nila, yung kumalabit ng gatilyo. Yan, humarap na bago pa magkautusan na, sige nga, pati lahat yan, tusigin.
Attorney, kasi do you think itong pag-post ng ICC or asking other witnesses to come out, tsaka magbigay ng pahayag sa kanila to help nga doon sa kanilang kaso, do you think dahil kulang pa ng ebidensya or documents to pin down President Rodrigo Duterte?
Hindi. Kasi kung kulang sila ng ebidensya, last year pa yan nanawagan or 2 years ago at the start of the investigation. Now, we're 2 years in. And I would even say 3 years in kasi yung investigation nila nagsimula na 2001 pa lang. I likely see this as preparation for trial. And this is standard practice for good lawyers, no? Simula pa lang bago pa magsimula yung trial, prepared ka na. And in fact, sapat ang ebidensya mo hanggang conviction. Kaya kahit na ngayon pa lang na investigation stage, nagkakaroon ng call for witnesses, hindi ibig sabihin yan kulang. Ibig sabihin yan, naghahanda na yan para sa trial and eventual conviction. Kumbaga, hindi ka papasok kasi sa investigation, yung stage ngayon, this is where the question asked is, who are most responsible? Within the past month, we've seen someone say, I am. I am responsible for legal consequences of this war. So they've already solved the question. And the next phase of the state of the proceedings would be trial. And the question is this person guilty? Doon na natin kailangan ng mas maraming ebidensya pa nga.
Attorney, any idea na, kasi nung mga few weeks ago, na-interview din po namin si Senator Antonio Trillanes and he mentioned to us na ibigay daw, nasabit na sa ICC yung mga transcript ng hearing sa Quadcom at that time. And possible daw by December may arrest warrant na itong si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Do you think that is true also? May naririnig ka na rin po ba na by December maaaresto siya?
Well, for us, it's always been our hope that within this year, 2024, a warrant of arrest is either requested for or issued. In the context of recent requests and issuances by the court of warrants of arrest, sa kaso ng Rohingya, sa kaso ng Palestine, napapaisip kami na, naku, baka next na yung Pilipinas. But the thing is, of course, we cannot pressure the court. And for us, even while we think it should come within the year, we're still positive that it will come soon, even if next year, then that would be fine for us. What's important is that these people are arrested and taken to court.
Yes.
Baka kasi prop lang sa totoo lang kapag in-announce na, nag-request na kami ng warrant of arrest. Nag-issue na ng warrant of arrest. The most important thing is, nahuli niyo ba ito?
Yeah, attorney, also para maintindihan din natin, walk us through kanina options with regards to the warrant of arrest. Do we course this to the PNP or is it coursed from the ICC to Interpol directly to our Interpol desk sa mga police stations natin? Ano yung options in enforcing this?
Well, that's correct. There's two ways. First, the warrant of arrest will be announced or issued to member states. And in this case, to a state where the target or the suspect, the subject of the warrant of arrest is present. So, papasok yan sa government of the Philippines. It could also go through yung notice of the warrant of arrest through the Interpol because the ICC and the Interpol have an agreement that any and all warrants of arrest will be coursed through the Interpol. And as a member of the Interpol, of which the lead agency here in the Philippines is NBI. Now we're looking at two agencies, PNP and NBI, who could very well enforce the warrant. We're not discounting any other compulsions, whether by diplomatic channels or kung ano man, katulad nga itong kaso ni Mary Jane, di ba?
Yeah.
Napan to ng bansa sa bansa.
Yeah.
And if one country asks for the enforcement of a warrant of arrest in the Philippines, then it depends how the government will see it. And hopefully, we think that for PBBM, he will see this as the best option possible.
Yeah.
Not only just, kumbaga, politically, but also personally. For him, it shows that he's committed to see through until the very end the rule of law.
Attorney Conti, lastly, finally, if the warrant of arrest is issued and let's say, for example, President Rodrigo Duterte would be apprehended, saan ba muna siya dadalhin? Is it diretso ba sa The Hague or meron muna siyang paglalagakan?
It depends, no, kung paano ma-enforce yung warrant of arrest. I will give an example on a possible parang extradition request. So, for example, a country, let's say, I'm not sure if we have an extradition treaty with Japan, for example. Japan requests for the arrest of Duterte, the Philippines enforces it. We turn over the Duterte to Japan, to Japanese authorities, and then they will ensure that Duterte will be taken to the court. It depends. Kung willing naman tayong i-enforce yung warrant, pwedeng idiretso niya na sa The Hague. So The Hague is where the jail for detention, for yung parang pre-conviction detention is made. So doon ka habang dinidinig yung kaso. Pagkatapos, and so this is an entirely different thing, kapag na-convict kung sakali, dito na yung, we've lost the option actually to offer Bilibid as a place for yung penal detention, yung parang parusa na. If we were a member state, we could have offered our own penal facilities. Right now, there are, I think, at least 6 or at least 5 penal countries who have volunteered their facilities. That includes I think the UK, the United Kingdom, there's another B country. I just forgot. So, mostly, sa totoo lang, countries in Europe. Sayang, sana pwede nating maipakita how we treat prisoners in Bilibid.
Alright, sige, with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. That was ICC Assistant to Counsel Atty. Kristina Conti. Thank you so much.
Thank you.